All right, I'm gonna reveal our number 10s. Are you looking on the spreadsheet? Are we ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, I'm revealing them. Bang. Okay, Nugget SSG, I got Furia, Cam SSG, Duran Furia. Wow, we're already starting to link up.
Wow.
Uh,
Let's go.
Cameron,
okay.
my man.
Thoughts?
Damn, I didn't. I forgot the caps. My bad, my bad.
Oh no, I did the same. Don't you worry.
That doesn't matter. I'm filling in the colors, by the way.
I really don't hate any of these.
You don't hate
Yeah,
any of these?
me neither.
Yeah, I feel like there's not a lot to talk about because there's no like we've just picked two different teams. Like it's not that.
Yeah, in my opinion, the
not
top
that
9,
controversial.
the top 9 for me was very easy. And then for the number 10 place, I had like 3 teams I could put there, and SSG was one of them. To be
That is
honest,
valid.
I respect it.
Yeah, I mean,
In my opinion, Furia, I just see have like an upset potential to make it far in the tournament, like top 6 maybe, or maybe top 4. So that's why I put it in at 10 and not one of the other 2 teams I have. Yeah.
For me, Furia has to be on the list. You know, it has to be 10th exactly, especially. But I feel like if you make top 4 at some point in the year, it's both like hard to not make the list, but also impressive at how like it was like Cam was saying earlier, how much everyone's beating everyone to the point where Furia ends up, you know, they make top 4 and then they end up maybe not even making the list for someone, which is kind of crazy. But you know, personally, SSG, you know, they don't make the list. They're not good enough. SSG, they made they went 1 in 3 in Swiss. On the rally major.
Major.
Well, why do you have them in the list?
I was really impressed by their performance versus Falcons. To be honest, I thought they were very competitive in that series. Obviously, they still lost because everyone seems to lose to Falcons. But after that terrible loss to Vitality, I thought they were going to be, you know, a repeat of Rally almost, you know, out before they even got started. But I was very impressed by that performance against SSG. I forget who they beat to get to that game.
Twisted Minds.
Yeah,
which is a good win.
That is a good win. So I thought that was pretty good. And being so young, you know, they're only going to improve. So I think they just squeaked the list. The SSG, it was one of the teams that I flip-flopped whether or not they were in, whether they were out. Like, they were right on the cusp, and I decided to give them the nod there.
Yeah.
To be a little bit controversial.
It's not too controversial. Go on, Nugget.
SSG this year have impressed me how inconsistent they are.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this team looks crazy in regionals, and then you go to EWC, and whatever fuck performance that was against Vitality, they shouldn't even be at World for that performance. Like, they play either really well, or they might be a diamond team.
We're special circumstances, to be fair. I think if you're gonna look at a performance, you should look at like how they did against Foots, for example. I think that might even be the worst one, regardless of the fact that it's actually a win. Just going to game 5 against Foots, I mean, that's embarrassing, I think, for a region where everyone, including myself, wrongly, you know, partially, but said that NA, you know, NA's back, you know, they're improving. I think Cam said so as well in his predictions going into Rally, right? So I think I had Genji making top 6 or something. I mean, I'm just stupid, clearly. I am stupid.
Yeah, Genji.
Yeah, not sure about that one. Spoiler, not on my list. Not on my list.
Spoiler, yeah.
On nobody's list.
Yeah. I had 2 honorable mentions. One of them was Team Secret, so they're not on my list. I'll say that. I'll spoil that. And then SSG, like I've been saying. But for me, SSG, if you have them, it has to be like so you looked at their last 2 series, which was Twisted Minds and Falcons, and you're saying clean slate, like from now on, they're gonna be basically like that or close to that. But for me, since they did so poorly at Rally, which was a high pressure event for them, okay, now they're getting used to it. EWC, probably a bit less pressure, regardless of the price pool being way higher, but I feel like people probably don't care as much in that event. But now with Worlds, that's going to be like 3 times the pressure of EWC. I worry, and I think the SSG on these RLCS lands are just gonna, you know, fail under the pressure. So whereas you are saying they're gonna, you know, clean slate, they're gonna be close to what they were at the end of EWC, I feel like they're just gonna play badly because of the pressure. I guess that's where we differ.
I don't think they'll play like they could play as well as they did against Falcons and Twisted Minds, but they can also play horrendous. So 10th, I feel like is that spot where like they could be a top 6, top 7 team if they're playing really well. They could be 14th, 15th if they're playing really poor, and because there is no consistency with this team. You know, you just put them in the middle in terms
Floor and
of
ceiling
where they perform.
is like the disparity between their floor and ceiling is just probably one of the widest
Yeah,
out of all the teams here.
Only-
But for me, like going from rally, awful performance, you know, only winning against Foot in game 5, getting better at EWC. You know, I feel like first LAN nerves, second LAN they look better, look much improved. Took a good game against Falcons, and then I think it's just going to be a slow, gradual improvement, and Worlds is going to be where they're a bit better. I don't see them like winning or even getting top 4, but I see them being a lot better.
That's fair. I will say though, and I feel like generally pros have admitted to this as well, which is that they say World is like another level of pressure. Like they get to majors and they think maybe this is kind of close to what Worlds feel like. And then they get to Worlds and suddenly it feels like it's another big step up. So I think there's definitely potential that that it won't be like a gradual improvement for this Worlds, but maybe for next season, let's say. I can definitely see that. But yeah, I guess that's just where we differ. But yeah, whatever. Do you want to go to number 9?
yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, bang. There we go. Furia, Twisted Minds for me, Ultimates, and Team Secret. Okay. Thoughts?
I don't mind any of the picks here. No, I mean obviously I won't mind my pick, but
I do not mind the mix-up of all 4 of us having different teams, but Ultimates for me are 9th. You know, like
Yeah, to
I
be
always
fair.
feel like people underrate them now every single time. Like I feel like they have proved themselves. I feel like 9th is a bit of a disservice, I'd say, to their their capabilities as a roster. I don't think if you look at the rest of the 8 teams, I feel like you can easily say they are better than quite a few of those that you might have above.
yeah, I mean I think a lot of it is recency bias for me. I mean they did have a really good Birmingham, but after Birmingham, has there really been anything to shout about? And to be honest, no. I feel like they've been a disappointment in every LAN they've been to since then. So I don't know if they've even made playoffs after that first one. So
No, but
no, they didn't, right? Yeah.
But that rally major, I think, like genuinely the most confusing one you can see. I've got it up next to me. I remember like it genuinely confusing me. Watch this. They go 3-1 against SSG, and then they go 3-1 against Casey, right? And you're like, okay, they can do this. They get set by Falcons, which is fine, and then lose 3-1 to Genetmates and 3-2 to Secret. They have like crazy potential for 3-1 Casey. Like,
that KC
don't
though
know what
is not the
happened.
same KC from either EWC or Birmingham though, which is I think important to note. That is not we thought at that point. I do get like going into that match or after that match, we thought, wow, what an impressive win. But when you look at the whole results after that, you do have to kind of say maybe that one is not as valuable as we thought whilst watching it or whatever. So I think that's definitely true. They did win against Furia though at EWC, so I do think. I don't know if Cam, if you do have Fury on your list or not, but I do think they have to be above them, personally. No spoilers?
no spoilers.
Okay. But then major one. To be fair, that is the least important event, I would say, going into this Worlds. That top 2, they did win. Who did they win against the Ultimates? Falcons in the Swiss. Though that was Falcons' worst event for all the lands. And then what they won against NRG, which already I think is a bit of a, I'm not going to say Ultimates are their boogie team necessarily, but it's a good matchup, I think, for them, where normally you'd expect NRG to beat them, but for whatever reason, Ultimates have this like 50-50 maybe. Is it 50-50 just slightly below maybe chance that they beat NRG? So I think that might make them look better. or look better than what they actually are because of the fact they got that matchup against NRG and then won in Game 7 in the first major. I have them slightly higher, but I don't even remember what I put them, so I'm just hoping it's coming up soon. But I don't think 9th is too bad, personally. Team Secret though, I find it kind of funny. I feel like you're just trying to annoy the Assam fans, or you put like the two teams, according to most, the wrong way around. Explain yourself.
Well, I don't know. Furia just after the Birmingham major. I mean, they did win 2 out of 3 SAM tourneys, but I mean, at the Raleigh major and at World EWC, they've just not looked better than Team Secret. And Team Secret is just, I can just see them make top 8 for some reason. I don't know why they started playing so well all of a sudden, but I don't know. I think they deserve actually just being above Furia in this list because they're just more consistent.
Okay.
I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, they're kind of going on opposite trajectories almost. Furia starts so hot at the start of the season, doing well in Birmingham, and Team Secret not doing so well in Birmingham, and then it's just gone complete opposite. I know we've had like the online play for Sam, but I think outside of online play, Secret online have just looked at another beast.
That's fair. I will say their only loss, I think, that is against like a team really close to them. That's, I guess, concerning. Is I say the only loss? That's not really true. Who did they lose to in Major 2? They lost against Swiss to Mines. Generally an unlucky Swiss, but that was their like only loss against the team really close to them, I would say. But then you do have EWC, to be fair, where they lost against the Ultimates and GK, right? GK that GK loss I don't think is too bad, to be fair, considering how well they played in the event. The Ultimates one, I guess that's up to whether how good you think Ultimates are. So I can see how if you rate Ultimates highly, or rather, if you don't rate them that much, then automatically you would not rate Furia that highly based on that. But I rate Ultimates a little bit higher because I do think they can actually win against some of the top 4 teams more so than some of the other ones on the list. But I guess at first I was kind of thinking that one's kind of crazy, but you bring up some good points. I think that's actually, I can see that being true for the World Championship, but I guess we'll see.
Yep.
Anything else to say? Fury 9th, like nobody cares.
Nope.
Yeah.
Already talked about the
Twisted
being
Mind,
intense.
fair enough as well.
Oh yeah, we didn't even
think,
talk about that one, but yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, 8th, Twisted Minds. Well, there you go.
Ooh.
Oh wait,
Andrew, you ruined the perfect sweep.
Okay.
Oh,
Last
yeah.
time when we did a list for before Birmingham, people were really angry. Why is this guy putting ninjas in pajamas in 7th? So I said, okay, I'll put them back by 1. You had a perfect placement, 8th this time. Any problems with that?
Yeah, I don't think anyone. Well, actually, I don't have an IP in the list at all.
No, I had them. They were my question mark for 10th, but it's just because they dropped Itachi right into LCQ, and everyone was like, "What are you doing? This is stupid." And then Radosin decides that it's 2023 again, right? He's gone back 2 years. In the LCQ, he did play like really, really good in those last few series, and NIP do kind of look a bit like there's like new, like, I don't know, energy into that roster. They're falling flat before, and I feel like I don't think 8th is too bad. I had them just outside, but
I can't
apart
believe
from
you're
that, I do think-
defending me
I
after
think 8th
last
is good.
time. You were like so annoyed about my nitpick last time, and then now, after not making the major again, now it's like not that bad.
Yes, but they are at Worlds, so it does work this time.
I mean, they're at the event, sure, if that was a requirement for you. What about you,
No, I
Cam?
don't
Do you
hate
think
that.
it's a bad pick?
No, I don't hate it, but I do think we are putting them as at their peak probably. I'm just not sold by Nas. I mean, Oski, you know what you're getting. Radisson, a world champion, he can do it. But Nas, can he do it? I don't know. He seems to he plays hero ball too much. Ends up actually hurting the team. Spoiler, not on my list, but you know, it was in contention for 10. But
Mhm.
no, I don't think they've got the ice, I guess,
Mhm.
to really keep up with any top 10 team.
Yeah, it's also just difficult because they have not even played internationally, so it's
Yeah.
hard to put
Yeah,
in
that's
the
true.
list.
It's hard to
And I
even
mean,
know where they're gonna be because we don't have much data at all for them at a
yeah,
LAN. We only have online data, so not the
but
most to go off of.
and I was just kind of confused because, to be honest, before the last chance qualifier, I would have rated maybe Gentlemates in that position, and then NIP somehow absolutely destroyed them in the semi-final. Uh, I don't know what's happening with Gentlemates in that aspect, but and I also don't know if NIP is actually just good and on par with Gentlemates. If I would have put Gentlemates in the list,
Yeah.
they've shown themselves enough to like. I would have maybe put them 10th. With Furia, SSG, and NIP, I struggled with 10th. But I was like, nah, they have not shown enough to put in the list.
What I will say about the NAS thing though, is although online wise he's been a bit of a underperformer. You look at was it M80 or whatever in NA. There are massive amounts of failures to make top 4, even though they went like 3-0 in Swiss, like in a lot of those runs. What I will say is whenever he's played at LAN, which in all those times he's essentially been invited to them, EWC and FIFA E, I feel like people have rated his performance. I think Game 7 in FIFA E against France in the semi-final.
Yep.
And then at EWC when he was subbed in for G2, people also said he played well there. So I think there is something we can look at for NAS, which is maybe he gets nervous for online playoffs days, but then for some reason on LAN he's not nervous or something like that. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, but there is some statistic to say that NAS might actually play well on LAN, and then Oski and Radosin we already know, although it's been a little bit maybe. We also know they can play well at LAN.
So you think they need to make like crowd days for NAS to be any good?
Oh
Really?
yeah, that definitely, if whether they actually make crowd day or not could be a thing as well. I should also say something about why I think NIP are a good team, because we obviously don't have any LANs to look at for them. I think they're one of 5 teams to beat Karmine Corp at any point in the season in RLCS. So they are part of that statistic, which I think is somewhat relevant. They've also had some game 5s. I think generally speaking in EU, they might have played KC the closest on average. Maybe that's wrong, I don't know, but from my memory, I feel like they were always the closest. Except for obviously if you want to look at those grand finals from GK and Dignitas where they beat them. But yeah, I think they can contend with the best. But yeah, you're definitely right in saying I'm kind of hoping for the best here, let's say, for NIP. Okay. And then you guys all have Twisted Minds and I have them 9th, so yeah. Good
They're
job.
they're just 8s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now Poe is the carry.
7th. Geek for Nugget. I have the ultimates. Team Secret for Cam, and then the ultimates for Duran. Okay, we've linked up Duran. Huge.
Yeah. Again, go.
Okay.
What I'm going to ask.
Yeah, go on.
Is Cameron, do you have Furia in your top 6?
No.
You'll have to find out. You'll have to find out.
Yeah.
You'll have to find out. But
Finding out later.
Team Secret 7th. You put them in 9th, Duran. Do you think 7th is a bit high?
Yeah. I'd say, I don't know, if I saw a matchup between Team Secret and Twisted Minds, or Team Secret and Ultimates, I would probably say the other would win. Yeah. I mean, Team Secret
what has
does.
happened?
Yeah.
What has happened though?
I don't know. I can't
Twisted Minds
remember.
got
See.
beat at AWC by that very team, Team Secret. What about in round 5 of Rally?
Wait, EWC
Also-
Twisted Minds was beat by Team Secret.
Is that right?
They lost to SSG.
Oh, I'm getting mixed up then. I'm waffling. I need
Did
to.
I?
What happened in
Perfect.
Rally?
List you.
Did you mention Rally as well? Did they
They
play in
did
Rally?
win against Ultimates, I guess.
Yes, that's where the ultimates thing is for me.
3-2. That's it.
Yeah,
Team Secret. They beat Ultimates. Oh, is that what you're looking at?
yeah.
Ah,
That's
okay.
what I'm looking at for the rally. I don't know what I was going on about for EWC though. That's a complete brain fart there.
Do you think
Well,
that
yeah.
would have been the difference for Team Secret being up there? Now you're thinking maybe 8th or something.
I think I mean Duran our list are very close. These 9 to 7 picks. I mean, to be honest, I don't think there's much between them. But I was looking on kind of recent performances.
Mm-hmm.
I think Team Secret making it into playoffs in the last, I think, 2 lands is pretty impressive considering, it's Sam 2. Sam 2 hasn't really been the best as of late until now. I was quite impressed. I kind of think like they're almost where I expected Furia to be at the start of the season. Like if I was at the start of the season and I'm thinking to where the end is, I think 7 is probably where Furia would be. But no, I think they beat they didn't beat Twisted Minds. They beat Ultimates. I think they could beat Twisted Minds.
Do you think they would?
It depends. Like I think
More
they more
often than
likely
not.
beat them in like Swiss.
Right. Okay.
But
What you're
like
saying is you've been caught out. He's got you here. Don't worry, it happens to the best of us, Cameron. Don't you
I
worry.
have been caught out, but I'm sure I had a reason for it, and I've just gotten.
At
you
some
worry.
points there
Let's
was a
go.
reason. I mean, okay, they made top 6, but to be fair, they did beat Genamates, who at the time maybe people would have rated, but now in retrospect, I don't think any of us have them on their list. So that playoff win, I guess, isn't that big of a deal for me. But that win against Ultimates is a big deal. But other than that, there aren't too many, if any, wins that really matter to me, I guess. Their other win in EWC would be against Gen G, right? But even in that, they lost against them before in the upper bracket, and I mean, dare I say they should have lost against Wildcard potentially. That was a very, very, very tight one as well. So I don't think anyone else from the good teams other than Karmine Corp, funnily enough, has gone to Game 5 against Wildcard. But I think that one against Wildcard was pretty concerning. But I guess that wasn't anywhere near to where they can play. But I feel like the fact that they did go against Game 5 against them does show that they could still play the way they did in Birmingham. There is still more chance of that with them, I would say, than let's say Twisted Minds. I feel like they're almost like a guarantee. Like they're gonna be very close to top 8 at worst. Whereas Team Secret, there is more opportunity for upsets there against them, I would say.
I think you've made some very valid points. I mean, I think the reason for 7 for me is probably the disappointment with Twisted Minds in EWC.
Oh yeah.
I was quite disappointed by the performance, having such a good performance against KC, which they've had to cut. Like, KC should have won that match so many times. It was unreal. Like, they were up a goal or two, and then Twisted Minds every time we just get back into the game. And the Ultimates one, I've been just really disappointed, so that's why they're above Ultimates.
Yeah. Okay. What else do we have here as well? GK number 7. I will say I do have them on the list. I was kind of concerned that you would put them really low, Nugget, because I know you are a bit of a GK hater. GK, I don't know what the right pronunciation is, but
I've done it in the past where I've rated Joyo highly. Talk about one of the years I put him 3rd. You can't dislike the guy. Oli, I despise. There's nothing wrong with him, but you cannot deny a crazy performance when you see one. GK at EWC were moving mad. Like they were crazy. But they haven't performed great for the other parts of the year.
I mean,
They
you
can
say
move
that,
crazy if
but they
they
did
want
make
to.
top 8. So, like, they made top 8 in Birmingham.
Yeah. But was that rally?
Well, no, I guess.
Exactly. There we
Yeah.
go.
But it's
I
not
think
like they've only shown their peak once, though, to be fair. They've shown it twice. Whoa!
They
Uh,
were the only team to beat KC at one point, you know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got first. Yeah.
Yeah, they can beat anyone. Like, unironically, they can
Yeah, on
actually
a
beat
good day
anyone.
they can beat anyone. Well,
Yeah, which I can't say,
Yeah.
like, for, I feel like, Twisted Minds, they have to rely on Karmine Corp playing, like, pretty badly. Furia, I would say the same. But GK, they can actually win against anyone. Like, I think it's actually possible.
I have the same with someone else on the list, but we'll see who that is.
Wait, what are you trying to say? I like some
Who are
really
you
controversial
putting on the
pick.
list?
Well,
Let's move on. I'll point it out.
What team
Someone
do
who
you
can
have
win
on
it
the
all on
list?
a good day. That's what I mean.
What
Okay.
team do you
Do you wanna-
have?
do you
Another
wanna-
team on the.
do you want to move
Yeah.
on to 6th?
It's going to be Genji, isn't it?
Okay, let's go to
No.
6th.
It's Chen G.
Okay,
That's TSM.
Ultimates, myself, I got GK, duranN's GK as well, and Cameron with Dignitas. Okay, let me color these in.
Interesting.
Bang.
Already again between Cyb and Duran.
Yeah, we're actually,
Dignitas.
duran's like linking up a little bit with me and Cam at
Um,
different times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have the better list though.
Okay,
Dignitas
is what it
is
is.
low.
Nugget
Wow.
high on ultimates.
Yep.
and the
I
Nugget is
think
always
I put
high on
them sixth
Ultimates.
I think I put them 6th in every rating we've done so far. So I'm gonna stick to it. I think I put them 6th
Where
on the
did you-
last one we did.
Did you?
I'm putting them 6th now. Yep, I'm pretty sure I did. Let me go check.
They've not moved the whole
Uh,
year.
They were 5th. So I moved them up. I've moved them down a spot. You know.
Right. That's funny how, like, since that prediction, Ultimates got top 2, and then still after that managed to still get lower on your list because of how badly they looked after that, which is kind of impressive. At first, it's like Nugget was right; he was completely right. I should have put him higher. And then, like, 2 events later, it's like, no, he's putting himself. You're putting them down now.
The amount of hatred I received, the amount of dishes I got, and I thought I was on top of the world. And then, you know, I'm finally cheering them for. You know, I know ball, right?
Yeah.
And to watch it all crumble in front of my eyes was not the greatest sight to see. You know.
Yeah. I mean, who
But I
knows?
can still hold my hopes.
Yeah, who knows? I guess Dignitas 6th.
Little low.
I'm a Dignitas fan, so I'll
I
take
do
that.
like Dignitas generally as well, to be
Mhm.
fair.
What's
Although not
what's
by
the
this
problem?
list.
What's the problem?
What's the problem? GK is the problem. they lose the GK. I don't know how they keep losing. Like, it's not a matchup I think they should have a problem with. Like, look how they deal with Vitality. You know, I expect them to do the same with
Mhm.
GK, and they consistently just show that they're not there.
Okay,
Um,
but if you
it's
have okay, I'm assuming you're not the biggest GK hater of all time. I feel like you have them on your list, and if losing to GK is that bad, and they're at least 5th, is it like that bad?
I mean, it's not that bad, but they will be like very close. So it's like,
Yeah, but if they win against Vitality a lot, and let's say
mhm,
I don't actually know where you've put them, to be honest, but maybe they're like
Yeah.
3rd, maybe. Then those are some good wins in comparison. They like cancel out the GK losses, I would say. If GK are also a good team themselves.
I mean, I don't think they're a bad team. I mean, anyone in the top 6 can probably win worlds
Mm-hmm.
for me.
Really?
Even ultimates.
I mean,
He said top 6.
your list is quite different to mine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that's
have
true.
empathy in 10th and Twister Mountain 8th. You know.
It's funny. I made notes on my top 6 teams,
Yeah,
and
they're
well,
gone.
they're gone. I've literally got I've got 5 teams on here now.
Yeah, I agree with Sai, with Dignitas playing well against a lot of teams and not playing well against GK. I think it's a little punishing to put Dignitas.
It is true though, they haven't
Six.
actually beaten that many like good teams. I don't think they've played Ultimates at all. You know, looking at my list, they haven't played NIP online. I don't know how that's happened. Just kidding. But they played Twisted Minds once or twice. I think they beat them in the first one, so I guess that's a good win. Furia, although I think they've only played them once in Birmingham where they lost against them. I think that might be a bad matchup for Dignitas, but that doesn't speak well of Dignitas. Obviously, it's a bad thing to lose against Furia if you want to be higher up in the list. I guess like if you have GK higher, then I guess you're of the belief they're gonna perform quite highly again after that EWC.
That the EWC, I mean, it is a lot of recency bias, but was a very good performance out of GK. Whereas Dignitas was probably quite a big upset. Like it wasn't really.
Duray said it
all
was a
expected.
free road to the final.
He did. He did, and he got humbled. But
Yeah.
no, I think like top 6. I think they'll make top 6, but I don't think they could really go too deep. I don't see them in the final.
Yeah, me neither, to be fair. As a Dig fan, no final for Dig. Unless Vitality ends up there, then free road to the final. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know how that's like a thing, but they just deal with Vitality so easy.
The ultimates for Nugget, I'm trying to think again who they've won against. In that playoffs, they won against NRG. Who was did they play? They won against Vitality as well. To be fair, Birmingham Major, there were some quality wins, but that's like a year ago. Like we don't even count that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, ancient times. But I guess they could play up to that again, to be fair. I only have the one position away from you. I can't exactly complain now that I think about it.
I'm hearing a lot of the same talks that I said, the first time I put them on this list. And we'll see on game day, When all is said and done, after this year's predictions, after all my riding of the ultimates, I will be right.
It'd be funny though.
I will be right.
You as a Karmine Corp supporter that you are, it would be funny if Ultimates prove how good they are by beating Karmine Corp again. That would be pretty funny. Let's go to 5th if you want. Yeah, that would be hard work. Your own team.
I'm right, but at what cost?
Okay, there we go. We got a double Dignitas. We got a Geeke, as I was kind of expecting, and Energy in 5th. Okay.
NA's in shambles, boys.
So I'm getting a bit of heat for Dignitas at 6, and then I'm seeing 2 at 5.
Well, you see that my 5th was like so close to being 4th for me.
Same here.
Which is why when Duran puts Energy in 5th, I'm like, yeah, fine. I mean, I technically disagree, but like I'm fine with that. Whereas like Dignitas, they're not like miles better than GK or anything. But I guess I just feel like there's a bit more of a distinction there. And since it's so like high up and we're like in the middle of the list now, every spot matters a little bit more, I guess you could say. Energy. Yeah, I mean, Duran, why do you have Energy so low? I mean, I don't have them that high either, to be fair, but explain yourself anyways.
To be honest, in the top 5, I was mostly just thinking about matchups, because I think everyone in the, apart from the top 2, I mean, everyone I think has the same top 2. When I look at the number 3, 4, 5, I just look at matchups.
Okay.
And when I look at NRG, I think Vitality won against them one time.
Vitality won against them one time.
Yeah, exactly. No,
three
twice.
times. 3 times.
Raleigh and EWC, yeah, exactly. So I mean, Vitality is like an obvious one, and then Dignitas they never played, but I think Dignitas is they struggle against teams that have a very good offense. Like for example with Falcons last couple of times when, I mean, Falcons were just constantly putting on pressure, and they were always in defense. Dignitas. I think against NRG, which is a very defensive team, I think they could actually just win in that matchup. So that's why I personally put NRG below Dignitas and Vitality on my list.
That makes sense.
That's why they're in 5th.
I do think it has to be more complicated though than just looking at matchups, because if you're power ranking a team as a whole, I feel like you do have to take into account they might lose against maybe the 11th best team in the world, and if let's say your energy here if you don't think they lose against like 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th, or 7th, but you think your 4th has a fairly increased chance of losing to them. I don't think you can just ignore that and just say, oh no, I
Yeah,
think Dignitas would win, so I'm going to put them higher.
Sure, but I mean, if you look at like when I made my list, I was mostly looking at EWC and Raleigh, and not that much at Birmingham. I mean, if
Yeah.
you look at like their matches they played, they lost against. I mean, all their wins, I guess they won against FUT and Twisted Minds, and Gentlemates and Gen G, and then like the losses was Vitality, KC, Falcons, and Vitality again. Just
Yeah, Energy
I
have
mean-
good losses, except for maybe Vitality, but
yeah, but
you have
if-
them clearly above, so it can't be that bad, even if it is, they lose against them every time.
yeah, they had good losses, but I mean, there's still like they always lost against a good team. And they didn't like, I don't know.
You prefer the high peak over the you don't lose against the guys below.
Yeah, I think the other ones have the potential to actually win against those top teams won so often, and Energy didn't win a single time.
To be
against the
fair, they
top.
do play them close. I feel like more so than probably the next two teams that you're gonna have.
Sure, but it's still not a win.
Yeah,
so-
true. Yeah.
Yeah,
At the end of the day.
I mean that's just why I put fifth. I don't think it's that. Like I think it's normal to put them in fifth if
yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think it's a good pick. I mean, they've just not had the same polish as they did last year. I mean, it is
Mhm.
obviously a high bar to reach to, making every grand final, but they've just not had that polish against the best teams that they would have. You'd expect them to maybe make a grand final this season, but they haven't, and they've not really looked likely. So
Yeah, exactly.
I think 5 is pretty good. I mean, Team Vitality beats them, and then Dignitas also beats Vitality, so I can see why you would have them both.
Yeah, and it's a feeling I have. Like I mean, we haven't seen a matchup, but I have the feeling that Dig will win against NRG. That's also why I have them both.
Mm-hmm. I will say.
I don't know yet.
I don't know if there will be, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a World's Beast Mode buff. He's been kind of clearly worse the entire season, I would say, than last year. He might even be like the worst player now on NRG. I'm not sure if that's like the common, opinion
say so.
now. But quite the switch from last year. Maybe because of Worlds, he'll have this extra drive, which will allow him to play better. But to be fair, yeah, he's declined a fair bit. I don't know if it's because he I think he said he like stopped playing twos as much or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like he's not grinding as much or something like that.
Fair enough with the DDoSers, yeah.
I think that was last Worlds. Like
Yeah.
before last Worlds, he said he would like stopped grinding as much, and I was instantly like, all right, putting them lower for Worlds. Realistically, I should have thought a little bit further ahead than short term. But yeah, okay.
Maybe the Worlds buff, but I mean, I think the Worlds buff like last year was also just due to the Worlds being in the US, and I don't think he could get like as big of a Worlds buff in Lyon.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna get
see it happening.
booed so bad.
Yeah, to be fair, that's
They score
probably
a goal
true.
in KC,
Uh,
they're getting
I-
booed.
My concern is as well when you say, like their performance in NA last year. They were playing in a graveyard, so they are actually going to have to play in front of a crowd this year for Worlds. And I do think they might struggle, playing in front of an actual crowd for NRG, that might be tough for them.
It's
Like,
not just the
genuinely,
crowd;
that
it's
might
the
be tough for them.
mafia that up there. Like Jesus.
But think
Yeah.
if we think about the lands they played at, we can go back to last year to London. I was there. That crowd was dead, right? Worlds. That
Yeah,
crowd was dead. Birmingham. Was there a
Birmingham.
crowd? Rally.
I was
There
there.
was maybe 5 people in attendance.
Yeah, it was just
they
red
have yet to
seats
play in
everywhere
front
in
of a
Birmingham.
crowd.
Yeah.
Birmingham was the worst land I've ever been to.
They have yet to play in front of an actual crowd. Like, let's be real. We have not seen a crowd in over almost probably a year and a half at this point. Lyon will be an actual crowd. And
The last
will they
major
be
was
able to
quite
perform?
small, wasn't it? Which gives you really the presence of the crowd. To be fair, doesn't it?
I mean, there was about 5 people in attendance.
No,
Andrew.
was it not like a small arena? Am I thinking wrong? Like
No,
the
Rally was a
It was
huge
pretty
arena.
big.
The-
and there were
the
so
rally
many
one.
red seats.
was that
Raleigh was
Yeah,
empty.
Raleigh.
Oh, okay. Was
Rally
that
probably sold.
what am I
like,
thinking about with
2,000
the
seats.
small venue? Was that I don't know which
That was
one.
Birmingham. Birmingham was a very small venue.
Did the Birmingham
Small
not?
venue.
Did you not feel the crowd in Birmingham at all? Was that just?
The only time the crowd was ever any good at Birmingham was, I don't know if you remember, the Vitality 0-second goal against Ultimates, I want to say. it peaked there. That was
There was a
probably
good
the
moment.
highlight. Yeah, honestly, it was a really poor land. Like I've been to a few, and it's ranked bottom. It was
Yeah.
really poor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reveal our number 4 is bang. Energy esports. Whoa.
And
Team Vitality.
in fourth. Who is
Yeah.
who is,
Who is
top
this
three?
guy?
Who? There's no way.
Wait, Duran. Wait, can I just call him out here? Can I just call
Yeah.
him out?
I
When we were
wanna
watching
say-
EWC, he said Vitality's gonna win EWC and then they're gonna win
And then
Worlds.
Monkey Moon showed his mechanics.
And then they
I was
lost
like,
against
never mind.
GK, and suddenly now he's like,
Yeah, no.
they're the worst team of all time. Like,
Yeah, that was a pretty big
Yeah.
loss as well. Yeah, never mind.
I mean,
I was hoping for the what was it? Was it 2 years ago? I mean, then Zen joined, I guess, so it was different. But like, I was hoping for a Monkey Moon buff on LAN, but he didn't really show that against GK. Let's be honest. He might be a little bit washed sometimes.
and do you think that will continue for Worlds as well?
I don't know, but I mean, I still put him in fourth, which is pretty good. Like making semis is a good result. I've not put him lower. I hope he's not gonna be playing as bad, because I mean it's in France, so let's
Mhm.
hope it's not as bad. But yeah, I mean it's still fourth, it's still a good position.
Uh,
But I don't see them like winning the event anymore.
I feel like
Maybe,
Cam wants to say something. He looks like he has an opinion.
I was looking down at my notes, preparing what I was going to say. So I don't,
Oh,
don't get
I
humbled
put you
again.
on the, I put you on the spot there.
No, I mean, I like Vitality at 4. I mean, it's probably it's where they've placed in most lands. Like the worst they've placed at a land this season, I'm pretty sure, is 6th in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Like 5th, 6th. So I don't hate that. I mean, I thought they looked pretty good at EWC. I mean, it was an unfortunate loss to GK, but GK made the final, so it was pretty good for them. And then they went on right after that game to play Falcons
yeah,
and
it was pretty
lost in. Oh, that
I thought
that
they were gonna
hurts.
get destroyed. By the way, I thought like that's like a 4-1, 4-0, and then they managed to keep it that close. I
Yeah.
was honestly impressed because it was straight after, wasn't it? Like a little break,
it was
right
obviously, and
after, yeah.
then bang, another game
good. It was a
7.
better game than the finals.
Yeah, I was really impressed.
Yeah, still, I mean, I still have put him in fourth. I mean, you can
But-
still somehow win from if you're in the top 4. And
Wait, I've just realized what that means. I don't know why I didn't think
Mm,
about it, but that
yeah.
means you put my favorite team. Well, unless you put them even higher in 3rd, which is pretty crazy. Can I spoil yours?
maybe
number
I have
3?
put them higher. Who knows?
Okay, I'll wait for it. Okay, I'll wait for it.
Who knows?
I mean,
Who knows?
you know, I believe, you know, I've got this abbreviation right. You know, it goes into saying 4th regional gaming. We put them all in 4th.
Yeah.
They've kind of. Is it fair to say they've lost their aura?
They never had aura, bro. Like, what is this aura?
Winning every final
Which
last
one?
year.
Which one has aura,
What-
bro?
what?
Which one of them?
NRG, bro.
The atomic
NRG
one
is-
hand in the
NRG
pocket,
was the
walk
aura.
Don't
up.
have their own,
You're sounding
NRG
like an
does not
NA
have it.
Glazer right
NRG
now. What do you
was-
mean?
How dare you accuse me with those people, Doran? I cannot believe you. I have taste. My taste is known.
Zero aura
I
and
like-
energy.
You're
They were
sounding
just,
like
they were just
Outcast
good.
right
They
now.
were
What
they
is
were just
this?
good at the game. That's why they were making the
Who has
finals.
more aura, Energy or Team Vitality?
No, there's
Who has
no
more aura?
Vitality?
no discussion there.
I think I think Zen alone is the reason why Vitality has more.
Nah,
Mm.
Monkey
People
Moon
still-
alone.
People
That's
That's
still
like
not
fear
double
him.
energies aura.
Monkey Moon is reduced though. His aura, it goes like
Oh, yes,
maximum
his
as
stocks
soon
are
as he
down.
beats a good team. Like he's playing NRG, suddenly highest aura in the world. But then one game into Dignitas, suddenly you feel like he's just a flopping
Yeah,
fish.
I mean, as long as he's not playing and you're taking like a picture of Monkey Moon, then he has a lot of aura.
Yeah, and
As
then
soon
you
as
look,
you see him
and
on
then
the
it's
pitch
the
and you just
in-game
see his
play.
scar.
But we do got to remember, Monkey Moon at Worlds is a different breed of man. You know.
I know, I had that hopium at
I
EWC
hope so.
and then they
But was
lost
that
pretty badly.
Worlds?
The thing
against
is though,
Was that
he
Worlds?
this like Monkey Moon at Worlds thing is a little bit of a myth. It's not completely a myth, but people make this sound like in the beginning of the season. Remember when Vitality weren't do too great, and people were saying, "Don't worry about it. He'll lose every event. He's gonna come to Worlds and he'll win," because that's what always happens. Last year, that is not what happened. BDS, they won the majority of the EU regionals in the second split, then won EWC, and then won Worlds. That means they were one of the clear favorites to win that event. Vitality this season is not that. They're not even close to that. So I mean, you know.
The event
I
they
mean, that's
didn't
why I
win,
put him
though.
at fourth. Yeah.
was the event they didn't win like a complete
The Rally
disaster
Major,
class?
the Rally Major was a complete disaster. But then EWC, they
Yeah.
win that event. So it's not like they weren't at least the second best team in Europe by
But
that point.
You are talking about that as well, but they do classing last year's EWC performance. That is a very fair point. But we are forgetting what happens when it becomes, this period of time, July to May, right? Take the London Major, the third iteration. They got pissed on, right? They looked horrible. They win Worlds. Take 2021 season, right? Where, again, at London, again, who would have thought they went 0-3?
Yeah, but they won they won 2 out of 3 regionals in that split. They were the best European team going into the event. Everyone said they would win that major, and then they got round 1, and then suddenly everyone said no chance. No chance they won Worlds. They literally were the best team online in the world. So at this time, there is no indication of like they won this LAN or they were the best team online. That doesn't exist. So like Vitality, I'm gonna say it right now, they're not gonna win the World Championship. They're not winning that.
This would
They
be
could,
a
they
bold
could make top
statement if
4,
they
they
did.
could make a grand final, but I don't think they're winning. I'll take.
Yeah, no, I
Nah.
think it's,
No.
I'll spoil my predictions video. I don't have them winning that, but I think their chances are good. I mean, that Falcons, like taking them so close, like
Mhm.
to me gives them pretty high stock. I was in the camp that they were going to get destroyed, but after that I was pretty convinced because I think Falcons are top tier. As much as I hate to say it, being a EU fanboy, yeah, no, I think that result was really good for them.
True.
And that's why they are for where they are for me, which you'll find out soon.
I'm gonna reveal our number 3s. We both have Vitality. And then Duran with his Dignitas pick, obviously.
Duran just... What is it with Dignitas that puts him in third, Duran? Genuinely, what is going on there?
I mean, all right. First of all, the Birmingham Major was pretty bad. I mean, 9-11, gone out at group stage. But after that, honestly, Dignitas play is just looking more consistent. Like in the second half of the year,
Mhm.
like they got first one time, they got second another time. Just losing to a Karmine Corp. I mean, it's Karmine Corp. And their Rally Major, they did very well. Lost again just to Falcons, got second. And then EWC, I mean, GK just had a very good tournament. I mean, Dignitas just look very consistent. I don't know, it's just
Consistent. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
just
I wouldn't
consistent,
wouldn't
good.
apply that to them.
Alright, sure. But I mean,
You can't-
I see them like at least in like the bubble of 3 of Dignitas, Vitality, and Energy. I mean, Nugget and Cyb, you have that as well.
Yeah.
Well, those 3 there, and I just think Dignitas is like, out of them 3, they're like the most consistent. To be honest, in like winning against the lower teams. I don't know. I have them in third. Yeah.
I think it's a bit hypocritical to say, saying Dignitas is consistent. You have said, now I don't have as much position on Stizzy. You're saying Jorius and Apparentlyhjack are consistent.
I
And
mean,
think
yeah.
that's just a bit bold.
For the second half of
Stizzy
the
isn't either, by the
year,
way.
yeah.
I mean, apparently
No.
Jack had like one of the worst individual performances I've ever seen out of him in that GK match in the EWC. Like that was a very concerning series against GK for me.
Yeah, but still, I mean, the team itself, like together, it's at least a little consistent. Yeah. Sure,
The weird thing is, I don't
Jack
even think Jorius was
yeah.
playing well, and he, you look at the Rally Major against Falcons, for example, in the final, he was the only one playing well in
He was
that. So it's not
Thanos.
even like you don't even know which one is going to be like, oh, he's the guarantee, he's going to play well. They don't have that either. So they could very well just all play bad simultaneously. which is kind of my concern. And if Appjack plays bad and he's the captain, that could be like all of them playing bad simultaneously.
This pick would have made more sense if EWC didn't happen, I would say.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
I think they were on an upward trajectory from, the beginning of the year to where they got second. Now they've gotten, beat early on in EWC, so it's like...
It's a shame we don't
kinda
have a
not
lot of
pissed off.
info, like other than the GK, because you can just say, and that's I guess what Duran is also just doing, is saying they just lose against GK, so that's like the one boogie team, if you will. But I think their performance was like more than that. It was kind of disastrous, in my opinion.
They to me are like no other team in EU. They're kind of like there's no superstar on that team for me. I think they're like a very good system opposed to like individuals. Like you look at KC, Falcons, Vitality. There's like a star player on that team at least, but Dignitas, who is the star player? Like I don't think anyone sticks out more than the others. So I think they're a very good system, and once that system kind of gets broken up, you see what happens at EWC. Like they fall apart and they look really poor.
I do kind of disagree with that, because I feel like, for me personally, Karmine Corp and Falcons are actually quite balanced rosters. I don't think there's like a clear star in either of those. I mean, I say that. I think Drawley,
Well,
sure.
3 stars in each, I guess. Then
Yeah, they're
Like-
all like stars. So you're saying none of them
Yeah.
are really stars? Is that what you? Okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah.
Fair. That's a good point.
I didn't explain that the best, but that's how I meant it.
Yeah. Do you want to move on to 2, and maybe even 1
Yes.
simultaneously? Should we do them simultaneously?
Let's
sure.
reveal them both at once. I really hope I am seeing some competent thoughts
Bang!
from you boys.
Karmine Corp
What?
across the
Thank
board.
God!
What?
We know ball.
I don't know why you're. Oh, that's the wrong. I don't know why you're getting excited.
Boys, what is the color?
Piss off.
Blue.
What a surprise.
Yes.
Okay, let me put this all in Le Bleu. There we go. I made a video on how I think they're the best team in the world after like one of the best teams of all time in the world, like relative to the rest of the teams that exist. After the Birmingham Major, so I don't think it's surprising I have them there. Nugget's favorite team is Karmine Corp. What about you two guys? Cameron first, maybe.
I'll look at my notes. I mean, I think if they beat Twisted Minds in Rally, I think they go probably top 2. I mean, I know they didn't look good, but I feel like they just still had that aura. I mean, they came first in EWC and Birmingham, so it's like they're there number 1 by default anyway, just because the amount of wins they have. But no, when they're on, no one touches them, even Falcons.
Mm-hmm. True. I maybe saw that EWC, so there's like literal proof of that as well. And I don't think Falcons were playing like weirdly bad or anything. I think that was just another series of them playing to the level you'd expect, kind of thing.
It was a great match to watch. I mean, it's the 2 best teams going at it and playing pretty well. Like usually, like one team will play down or play worse than the other, and then it's like, oh well, that was a bit of a boring series. But I think they were both playing pretty well, and to see 2 juggernauts go at it.
Mm-hmm. Duran, do you like Karmine Corp with a clear number 1?
Not clear, to be honest. I was actually debating whether to put Falcons first or KC first.
So you were the
But I chose
closest out of
KC.
all of us in terms of 1 and 2.
I think so.
Okay, why is that?
Yeah, I mean,
What's their weak spot?
the Raleigh Major. That's just it. And
Yeah, true.
Falcons have not shown that weak spot there. So I mean,
I
yeah,
mean,
that's
that
it,
first
actually.
major, they lost against the Ultimates. Where did they go? Top 6 or something, Falcons? Lost against NRG.
Against Energy. Yeah. I mean, I
Ultimates
said it before.
I mean,
wasn't
losing
really
to
looking
NA.
at the
I mean, we
Birmingham
all know
Major.
NA. That's bad if you're losing to NA. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, still, Casey lost to Mina. I mean, and the second Mina. So
Yeah, but that that loss I think doesn't count as much because it was a reverse sweep at the end of the day, and as Cameron said earlier, there was probably about 28 different games where they could have taken it. So I feel like that loss is a bit less, You can't take it as much as like you can't weigh it in as much.
But yeah, I mean, I still have KC above because I mean KC. I think it's just they would win more often with their matchup. I think,
Mhm.
but I still think Falcons is pretty close to be honest, and I think it really will matter like whether Karmine Corp, I don't know, whether they get pumped up by the crazy blue wall or whether they're gonna get a little bit more nervous in their matchup or not.
Well, there may not even be a
Or the other
blue
way
wall.
around.
Like,
With Falcons getting nervous, I don't know.
yeah, but there may not even be a blue wall if you've heard about the announcement where again.
I mean, they're still gonna be there. It's just
Yeah,
gonna be
I mean,
lame as fuck.
those French
Yeah.
fans, they kind of sound to me like they're football mafia. I mean, what did they say? They're blinging like they weren't called
bringing
actual
smoke
smoke.
bombs,
They're
they're
not. They're
bringing,
not
like,
actually
yeah.
called smoke bombs.
Flares, I think.
Flares,
it was,
yeah. I mean, have we ever seen flares in Rocket League?
I thought that was wild.
No.
No, but that would look sick, though.
Imagine
but
they
it's
throw
indoor.
that on the state, like in the middle.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
okay.
finally we can say we are a proper. This is the closest thing.
What do you
to
mean
sport we have,
proper?
boys.
This isn't like football Bosch or whatever you say, whatever it
Proper
is.
esports, we have hooligans. Let's go.
I
Yeah,
think
we
you can
made
have
it.
it without
We made
flares.
it.
I mean, look at Dusseldorf. I mean, I don't know if anyone else was there, but
I
that
was there.
That was a
Cameron,
great man.
what was it like, bro? It was.
That was great. The one side there was like 3 Team Vitality fans shouting at a whole section of the blue wall, and they put down their like massive sign of is it
Yeah.
Commando? I don't know. It was just
No, I think they had the coach as well. They had the coach and the 3 players. I think at one point, if you remember, like all of
Yeah.
them on these massive like tarps or whatever it was. And you hear them. You remember hearing them coming out of the trams?
Yes. Oh, they were so loud. I thought they were so obnoxious at the time, but
so did I. I hated Karmine Corp. They were.
yeah.
I was a tier 1 hater, and look where we are now.
Somehow
Oh,
more
exactly.
obnoxious in real life than in ranked. Who thought that was possible? It was funny though. I got about Karmine Corp and Falcons is well, especially Falcons. I'll talk about Falcons specifically. After last season, I thought, they were so good for so long, but didn't quite win anything, and then they finally win FIFA E or whatever, right? And I was like, okay, they're gonna fall off here. They finally won something. They're gonna have this like adrenaline, like whatever you call decline. They've been together for so long. Maybe that'll make them more chilled out, if you will, not as desperate to win. And I genuinely thought they would drop off. And I saw the Birmingham Major. I was like, okay, it's done. Like this team is not gonna win anything. And literally the next major wins the major. I was like, okay, I was wrong. So it's really impressive how long they were that good for.
I don't like Falcons winning that second major though. You look at who they beat. They beat Dignitas 3 times. Like,
that is true.
They
what do you mean that is true?
There,
Dignitas also a really good team. Unless you're counting,
but they get
6, I guess.
Squashed. They get squashed by Falcons. So like if Falcons were to pick a top 6 team, who can we play 3 times to maybe get the final? They pick Dig every time. If they beat KC, beat all these teams on the way to that, I would have given them more credit. But that major was just
who else did they beat?
Discredited by playing Dig 3 times.
Who did they play? Their upper semi? Oh, that was Dignitas, wasn't it? Oh
that
no.
was Dig, and then Dig in the final.
And who was the
Energy.
lower semi or whatever you call it?
Yeah.
NRG? I mean, if you win against NRG, like fair play, no?
I mean, it's a good win, but
still good,
it's their only good win.
It's still energy,
No,
Well,
it's not their
yeah,
only
but-
good win. I mean,
they did beat Vitality
in playoffs. I guess.
just because they only win against Dignitas doesn't mean that's suddenly like a worthless win, I would say. Especially because of how good they are against Vitality. So I wouldn't say it's like worthless.
It's definitely not worthless, but like I would probably say KC's win in Birmingham was a better win than Falcons in Raleigh.
Fair. I think they won by more goals as well, but that's me just speculating and based on memory. But yeah, there we go. Any final thoughts? Who's got the worst list?
Duran.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Okay, I haven't actually thought about who's got the worst list. My brain wants to say Nugget, but I don't know if that's actually true. That's just me being biased. I want it to be true.
I think
I don't think
I'm sorry.
terrible.
Are you gonna have to admit I know more?
I think sometimes some teams are in the wrong order. I think you you have all the right teams there. Just sometimes.
Wait, who did you say as the worst list, Duran?
I think Cam.
Ah.
I mean, worst is like harsh. But I think it's
What is
the
it because Team
the
Secret?
least
Actually, yeah,
best. Yeah, it's the
we
least
have
best.
forgotten. Cameron has not included Furia, but he has put Team Secret.
I mean,
and
I don't
seven
care. I have
as
the
well.
chance to be fair. Like, but
It's top
Secret
form,
is a bit. Yeah, I mean, he cares more about the EWC performance than all of us. That's kind of clear. Whether that's fair or not, I mean, I have no idea really. I mean, it could be right. Like, I have no idea.
Like for me, it's the most like what's the best evidence of how a team's gonna play? Like it's the most recent like performance, surely.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of it's why you give maybe Raleigh a bit more credit than you do Birmingham. It's more recent.
Yeah, that's,
True, but I do
But I
think
mean-
you have to take in more events than just one. Because if, let's say, you
No.
go into Rally Major and you say Karmine Corp are going to win, well, clearly you were wrong. And if you go into EWC saying, oh, clearly Falcons are going to win, you would just be wrong. So
Yeah.
I do think you have to look more than just one. And I don't think necessarily EWC would be like, let's say, 60% of the performance, and then Rally's like 30% important, and Birmingham 10. I think you have to weigh Rally and Birmingham a bit more than that, for example, personally.
in my opinion, not that much, but I mean, I think they're all. I mean, I think just Raleigh and EWC are worth about the same, with Birmingham just less because it's further away.
I would align with that probably. For me,
Worst
who's got the worst list? I don't know. I actually quite like Nuggets, except for SSG. I don't like the SSG pick,
Oh,
personally.
that's fine. I think that might be the first time you haven't like completely dug into my list.
No, usually I give you like a 5-page essay on like why
Yeah,
this one
like,
pick is really bad.
Like last time, you literally argued every point I made, I think, for every team.
That's how it goes.
I'd go, oh, I put this team in 7th. Well, actually, this is why you're wrong. Every time.
Team Secret, that's really what's really important. I have to make my mind up about Team Secret to say who's got the worst list, because I don't have them on my list.
You were very convinced with my speech, no? Team Secret.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna say Cam just because I think 7th is a bit too high for Team Secret. But I guess, to be fair, you even said yourself that you would probably, well, you didn't say it literally, but you gave me the feeling, the vibes that you would put them down by 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're right enough. I mean, I think it's close, but I probably would more often than not pick Twisted Minds, and it's just a mistake I've made. But I'm gonna back it anyway.
Well, you clearly haven't, but whatever. Who do you say as the worst pick? Probably me. I'm expecting everyone to say me, but I'm currently.
No, I don't mind your list.
Surprised.
I mean, no one's lists are that bad. I mean, you can't go too far wrong. I mean, I really can't pick. It's between. I like Nuggets list. It's between Cyb and Duran for me. I can't really pick who's got worse.
Duran's personal.
I can't pick my own. I guess I can pick my own because I messed it up. But
yeah, I think we have pretty similar lists, Cyb and me. Just me with Dignitas.
You got some
Dignitas one, yeah.
And that's
so
the
I'm gonna change the Duran.
Because of the Dignitas one?
I mean, yes, in
so
6th and 9th and 3rd, yeah, we're furthest away.
Who did you say, Nugget?
I said Duran.
Okay, Duran, you've been the agreed upon worst. So next time you can get Matrix back again, Duran, you're gonna try.
You have been voted out.
We're gonna let the 10 viewers decide which list is. Okay, I'm joking.
10 viewers, 0 comments.
Guys, drop in the comments whose list is the worst.
That is a bold prediction.
No, that's no.
Yeah,
Duran,
right.
you've done a bold statement saying it's gonna reach double digits, mate.
Yeah, that's. Are we gonna get 10 views? Well, that'll be it for the video. I want to thank you guys all for joining in. Cam as well, the special appearance. Link in the description. YouTube channel.
Thanks for having me.
He has a lot of different videos. All of them are predictions. That's the only
They
video.
are nowadays, yeah.
Used to do Xmas videos, right? Christmas videos or whatever. But
I used to do 12 days of Xmas.
is that coming back? Is that coming
There'll
back?
be a Christmas video. There won't be 12.
There will be a
Yeah.
Christmas video. So yeah,
Yes, a
check
Christmas
that
special.
out. Anyways, bye bye. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.